Hi, I'm Dana and I love Tupperware. I was a Tupperware demonstrator about 10 years ago until I had to give it up after a very difficult pregnancy. I have rejoined into the company and this is my very first video and I'm feeling extremely nervous. The last time I demonstrated there was a room full of people and here I am in my empty lounge room with just a video and a couple of cats, and let's just see how it goes, shall we? So today I wanted to talk to you about food waste. Now food waste is a big issue in Australia and other parts of the world. Research shows that 1 in 5 bags of shopping that you buy from the supermarket end up in landfill. So that's the same as just walking out the supermarket and throwing 20, 50, however many dollars in the bin before you even get home. So I'm going to show you how you can make your produce last a lot longer using our VentSmart systems. Now in the old days when I was a demonstrator, they were called fridge smarts and they looked rather like this. I've even got one with a dark green lid somewhere, and they have been totally redesigned now to store food even longer. So your fruit and vegetables can last 2, 3, even more times longer by being stored properly in the VentSmart systems. Now, what a lot of people don't realise is that vegetables are alive. They were alive on the plant. When you pick them, they are still alive. They are still breathing. Now, there are different types of breathing that the vegetables have, from low breathers, medium breathers, and heavy breathers, and we're not talking about those prank phone calls. So by grouping them together and giving them the right airflow for their breathing, they will last so much longer, you will truly be amazed. Okay, so what I've got here, they look enormous because they're in the front of the camera, but they're really not, is a variety of the VentSmart system. So we'll start with the mini one. Okay, this one is 375 mils. It's pretty small, but it is useful for herbs and smaller chopped vegetables. Now, the way these have been redesigned is, I don't know if you can see this, let me just lean forward. They have little legs and room underneath, which allow for the air to float around in the fridge and get the produce to the right temperature. Might be better to demonstrate with a bigger one, actually. And in the bottom, I have little grooves for where the condensation can pull away from the vegetables and the fruit to keep them even longer. Okay, on the lids, and I knew I'd mess something up, and somehow I've managed to not bring 2 lids out here. But look, if that's the worst I can do, I can run with that. So the lids have this groovy vent on them. Funnily enough, that's why they're the VentSmarts. So they can be adjusted to be fully closed, fully open, or half and half. Now on the oldest ones, there was no marking to tell you what to do. You had to get a fridge magnet from your demonstrator to try and work things out. These days, Tupperware's very smart. See, there is a grid system there, which tells you what type of breathing is needed for each fruit and vegetable. Now, you don't need a VentSmart separate for every type of produce. You can group them together, and that's what they've done here on this grid. Okay, so it shows you what you can put together. Okay, so I've got every single size here that we have currently in stock from my own collection, because I have not yet received my kit because I only signed up last Thursday, so I'm only about 4 or 5 days into my new journey. So the best value at the moment is the Loyalty VentSmart kit. Now, for people that have the silver membership, and we are giving that away free this month, which I mentioned earlier, you can purchase for about almost half price the Loyalty VentSmart, which has 2 medium highs and a which is, let me just find it there. It's that one there, and 2 of these ones. So without lids, because we've already established that I've just messed up. So we have got the bottom one is 4.4 litres, And these two are 1.8 litres each, and a nice higher one. That was one of the problems with the redesigning these, that you couldn't really fit much in the way of vegetables in there. They were just an awkward shape, and these are a much better shape to work with. As with most Tupperware things, they are modular, so they all stack, if we had all the lids anyway, on top of each other. So you can configure your fridge to how it works for you, assuming again you have the lids. Unlike most people with Tupperware, I have every single lid. I just forgot to bring 2 of them. So you can see that the options are endless. They just all stack in together. So now we're actually going to load up some of these with the vegetables. I've been to the market. I've got some lovely produce here that's all fresh, and I'll show you how I organise things in here. So we'll start, I think, with this little shorty. So this one's also 1.8 litres, but it's a good size for things like carrots, zucchinis, and those sorts of things. So lids just come off and you can just stack them. So these ones here all have the same breathing capacity as shown on our greedy little charts. So we can put zucchinis, carrots, and cucumbers all together. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to leave a few out, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. So we're just going to stack them in however they fit, depending on how many you've bought. Depends on how you're going to arrange them and what sizes. That's why there are so many different sizes for you. Okay, so I'm going to do it about like that for my purposes. Then reading on the chart, we can see what type of breathers these are. Now, carrots, cucumbers, and zucchinis need the vents fully closed. So on here, there is a guide here. So you go to the fully closed position in the center, and you can put the lid on. But what I'm going to suggest to you is if you've got produce straight from the shops that may or may not be at fridge temperature, don't put the lid on before you put it in the fridge, okay? Condensation will form here from the breathing of our vegetables here. So when you put it in the fridge, put it for an hour or 2 like this to bring them to fridge temperature, and then pop the lid on, okay? That will stop water dripping on the vegetables. Now when you open them up, so I'm sorry if I'm fumbling, but I have a thumb injury, and I decided, because I'm going to be peeling some vegetables, not to wear my hand brace. So I'm a little bit clumsy. I assure you they are very easy to use. So when you open them up, you will notice little droplets of water on here when you bring them out the fridge. That is fine. That just shows that they are breathing really well, just like when you get into a car on a cold morning and you fog up the window from your breath. That's all that's showing, is that they are breathing. So you don't need to wipe them off. Just go over to the sink. Now I don't have a sink because we're in my dining room, and you just flip off a bit of water and put it back. Put the lid back on after you've got out your produce, okay? So that's the first one. Now, next we have some larger vegetables here. Now, broccoli, corn, and Brussels sprouts, which I've just realised are off camera. There they are. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, so they're obviously much larger. So I am going to go for the tall large here. Now this one, all the measurements are actually on the bottom, if that helps you. 4.4 litres. So we're going to open this up. Now I'm going to only put in a part of my broccoli. Okay, because I'm going to show you how to make things a little bit easier for yourself. All right, broccoli. I'll put some corn in there. I'll just keep those bits of broccoli, and we're going to put most of the Brussels sprouts in here. It might have even fit in one of the smaller ones. It depends. We're only a household of 2, so just to give you an idea of how it all fits, there's room, heaps of room left in there. Okay, so again on the chart, we can go looking at the chart and go, there we go. We have the vents open for this, okay? So, vent open. And just for the sake of needing some table space, I'm putting the lid on. But remember to put it in the fridge without the lid on first to bring everything to room temperature. Now, other things that go together really nicely are citrus and apples. Now, it seems a bit strange, some people think, to put them together, but look, it really, really works. So pick whatever size works for you, depending on what you've got. And let's actually put some apples in first, the orange, a couple of mandarins. Lemon fits in there nicely too. And actually, that last mandarin will fit in there as well. So again, with the charts, we can see that these like the vent half open. So they breathe, but they don't breathe heavily. So we adjust that on the VentSmart. And there we go. Now, something I probably should have mentioned earlier, but hey, it's my first demo. I'm learning. Don't wash your fruit before you put it in here, okay? We want to put naked, dirty fruit in there. If you wash the fruit, it doesn't keep as well, okay? Even if you dry it really well, so wash it before you use it. Only wash fruit and vegetables that you're going to be using in the next couple of days. Yeah, maybe 3 days, okay? So we'll get onto that in a minute. Now, the reason that I have saved some of this produce is I'm a busy mum. I've only got one kiddo, but look, he keeps me very, very busy. So I prepare some cut up vegetables for 2 or 3 days and put them in here. So when it's dinner time, I can just throw them into the microwave pitcher and steam them very quickly, and all is done, and I don't have to peel carrots every night. So, actually, before I get on with that, coriander. Please don't tell me you hate coriander. I love coriander, okay? So, again, herbs go all wilty really quickly. This one's only been bought a couple of hours ago, and you can see he's already starting to get a bit wilty. Now, I can put him in one of the short mediums here, like that. But what I often like to do is just cut some up and put it in one of these mini ones, because look, to be honest, I can't really work out what else to put in these small ones except some nibbling fruit or some cut up herbs. So just Tupperware scissors. The new ones are red and black. I have had these for 12 years, use them almost every day, and they are amazing, and they separate out for cleaning. So no yucky bits will get caught in here. Great for cutting meats, vegetables, all sorts of things. So I'm just going to do a little bit because you don't want to watch me do this all day. So I'm just going to chop some of this gorgeous coriander because I am going to have a Thai salad, I think, later. And we'll just chop it straight into the mini VentSmart. Check what the breather level is, but this is only going to be in there for a day or so, maybe a couple of days worth of coriander, so that's fine. So I'm going to pop that one to the side. And do I use my last lid on this? I will come back. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to be busy here for a while, so I think I'll probably just speed up this part of the video because this is a really boring part. And I'm going to cut up some vegetables ready for another day's cooking. And I'm also going to cut up some fruit and vegetables. Some watermelon. Watermelon is awesome in the VentSmarts because all the juice drains down into the little holes and you don't get that dark red sloppy watermelon look happening that my son just will not touch watermelon if it's been sitting in its own juice. Okay, so I'm going to get on with that, and I will use one of my ancient ones to keep the scraps in because I have chickens, and I'll be back with you shortly. So even if it looks like I'm talking, I'm not saying anything exciting at the moment. Oh, Tupperware Piella. Again, about 10, 12 years old, and it is great, especially for someone with a hand injury, because you can rotate the head around. Now, again, I would use it every day, but I hate peeling veggies. We've already established that. So I'm going to cut enough veggies for 2 people for a few days to make my life easier. And I'm just going to stop talking now. And there we have it, a couple of days worth of veggies ready to pop in the fridge to make my life as a mum easier. Okay, now these little ones, we're going to pretend that I've got a sink here and I have just washed and dried these little snacking carrots and little baby cucumbers. So again, just a couple of days worth. We're just going to pop in here so that when I'm feeling a little bit nibbly, I wish I could say that my son would eat them, but you know, he doesn't do raw vegetables. That's fine. In we go. And then we can pop that in the fridge, ready for snacking. Now, one thing my son will eat is watermelon. It's about the only vegetable, fruit. Watermelon's a fruit. How about that? It's the only fruit that he'll eat. And like most schools, we have a fruit time. Okay. He used to like sultanas. Now we won't have them, so we get him watermelon. So I'm going to use this one. Cut some watermelon. There we go. Days worth of watermelon. Fruit time. Watermelon again is on the chart here, and it likes its vent closed. So vent closed in the middle position. There we go. Okay. Now look, got this pineapple. Got this container, but look, you don't want to watch me cut more fruit. So look, I'll do that later when I'm off camera. I just wanted to give you one more little tip. Now, while these containers are nice and see-through, when you're mixing up vegetables together in the same one, sometimes you can forget what you have. So what I use, removable label. So these are the Avery ones, just from any office work somewhere like that, and a pencil. I'm a big fan of a soft pencil, so this is a big fat 6B. So I can write what's on there and stick it where it shows in my fridge. And you know what the best part of this is? When you've finished the fruit or vegetables, peel off your label and stick it on your shopping list, so you know, hey, we need some watermelon. Okay, I would, however, recommend, these labels are removable. If you put them through the dishwasher in your VentSmart, they don't come off very nicely, so pull them off before you put these in the dishwasher. Ask me how I know. Anyway, so I've shown you all the different sizes of VentSmarts. So I will post some links in a moment showing the different packages that are available, because I have all of the different sizes here that have given you an idea of what we can fit in them, how they work, and how they can save you time and money. And time and money are the most valuable things, and besides which, being a huge environmentalist, I don't want food going into landfill. Okay, all right, so that's it for my first video. If you do have any questions, you know how to get in touch with me.